What's up, guys? This is Showtime with Showtime Shredded Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. All right. So this is for athletes who want to compete in a show. What's the first step? Well, it depends. What your area of expertise is. Okay, if you're going in blind, you don't know what you're doing. Even if it's for a hobby, you really want to consider one of two things, okay? Either getting a very good coach, okay, who can guide you through everything, make sure it stays fun, you eat the right foods, run the right training program, okay, and you pose correctly. There's just so much into it that you won't even realize, okay? But you must... you want to make sure it's all smooth, right? Because there's enough stress and money and time that you have to put into this anyways. More so than probably any other sport. Just because a lot of times, especially if you're going to come into a beginner atmosphere, I know some of you guys are going to have some balls and see it all the time. It's like, who's this freaking guy, right? In the open. And find out they've hired one of the best coaches, and they've got these great genetics, and they have these... killer programs and a great coach and everything else, and they end up coming out there and maybe they win the show, maybe they're the top 5, but you just come out going, man, who is this guy? I haven't seen him before. Where'd he come from? Or she, or whatever, right? But there's a lot of people who start at like that novice, amateur level, right? So, on a lot of things, you can go and get away with little or no training, right? I wouldn't say no. You don't want to come in cold, right? That's how you get injured. But there's not much to it, okay? You don't have to eat every 2 hours, right? Because there's no breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You eat every 2 hours. So just to kind of let you know how weird it could be. I was blessed, okay, because I had some good people in my corner. And I still made a lot of mistakes and did a lot of things wrong, but these goddamn dogs. Anyways, so move it. All right, so my first show, okay, was a 19-year-old kid, right out of high school, right? Man, I'd only been training for like 3 months as a bodybuilder. I did powerlifting through high school, and not very well. Okay, when I decided to finally get serious, I saw, okay, there's the record. I got like a 300-pound deadlift. I got 2-3 months. Record's 495. I got to pull 5 to beat the Pasco High School deadlift record for 160 pounds. Because I just bulked up. I gained weight. I had I've been bodybuilding for about a month. Okay, so I totally overtrained, did everything wrong, okay? I did Arnold Schwarzenegger's program, I was looking at his thing, and I thought it said Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday. Well, I thought that meant Monday through Thursday, Tuesday through Friday, Wednesday through Saturday, etc. I was like, that's too much training, you overtrain with that, right? Because that was a ding-dong. I didn't know how to read the damn list of things. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to do everything he's got on there. All the upper body exercises, I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all the sets and reps, all the same thing with the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So basically doing the competition routine spin-off 6 days a week. And then, I'd have to get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, right, and go train with my dad till it was time for school, break off, take a shower, go to open hour, train again, come home after school, and then track practice, and then work out till like 10 or 11 at night, just to get the whole thing done, okay? So, overtraining, but I still managed to get up to 160, 168, fluctuating in there, and then as soon as I started to focus on powerlifting and not doing so many hours of training and not focusing quite as much on the eating, which was a mistake, right? But I still ate a lot. I just ate quite as much as I was before when I was doing that bodybuilding routine. So it dropped down a little bit, but not a lot, back down to 160, and then I pulled that fucker. I got it to my knees or a little bit above, and I could not get it any farther. And so, long story short, I didn't get the record. And then the next year, I didn't know who the guy was that record had been there for a long, long time. I'd seen that thing since I was a little kid. But Eric Edwards, the next year, he pulled 505. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And his brother, when I went into the University of Montana, helped me. He was one of the football players on there, but he's also one of the best in the state. I think he was like a state champion in track and field. And so he helped me get my 40 time down from a 5.8 down to a 4.95. So there's a big difference, right? Almost a second off my time. Because I was a slow motherfucker. And I only weighed $190, man, at that time. But anyways, that's a ways out, okay? So we'll get to that story another day. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do a bodybuilding contest because I got back into the gym July, August, right? Somewhere in there I started hitting that gym real hard. And what I did was, of course, I was eating all the time, overtraining, doing Arnold Schwarzenegger's routine, 4 or 5 hours a day on the weights, no cardio. And I said, I'm going to do a fucking show, right? So, guess what I do with diet? Fucking no diet, okay? I didn't diet at all. I didn't shave my legs, I didn't shave my body. I didn't do shit. I didn't even know how to pose, okay? And then, and this is why it's so important to either have somebody take you under their wing in your corner that's going to be able to guide you through everything, or hire a coach. Otherwise, you're going to make a bunch of dumb mistakes. Unless you can research it yourself, but just make sure, damn sure you know what you're doing. Or you're going to do what I almost did, okay? I almost made a fool of myself. It could have been real bad. So, I'm like a week out, right? And Mark Leachfist, he looks at me, he's like, God dang, isn't your contest like next week or something like that? Like a week or two out? I was like, yeah, about a week and a half. He goes, dude, he's like, you haven't even shaved your legs yet. I was like, what do you mean shave my legs? I go, the girls do that, I don't shave my legs. He goes, you gotta shave your legs, bro. And your armpit hair, and your arms, you gotta shave from top to bottom. If you don't, you're gonna be all hairy, people are gonna laugh at you. I said, oh, alright. So, shaved down, right? And I stayed shaved down. And then I was also told, and I'd already learned how to pose because Jim Fallon taught me how to pose, right? And, but I didn't, I had open hand, which was a mistake, okay? And I don't think he taught that. I think I was just doing that on my own because he showed me 1 or 2 times, and I did it on my own ever since, right? So I was just doing my own posing, but I wouldn't even know how to pose if Jim hadn't taught me. He was one of the gym owners at that time of Body Fitness. And then I went in and I started getting ready to go to do the show. The show was coming up, and they're like, dude, you know you gotta freaking, because I was tanning like crazy, right? So I was getting real dark. And I thought, I'm ready. They're like, dude, you're gonna be fucking white on stage. You need to freaking get some protein. I was like, what's that? So I had to do the protein thing. And man, I appreciate NCC, Tan, and everything else. Freaking Bill Williard and Rhonda and all those guys, right? And Becky, because, man, without them, I can get it done, you know? But what a tedious fucking job of painting your body with a fucking paintbrush, right? For 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And let it dry, put another coat on. Let it dry, put another coat on. It's all night and you're fucking tired and you're freaking... Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So, I love just going in there. It's a little over $100, but you know what? It's worth it because it's quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn to spray you down, right? It's a beautiful thing you've done. It's way better. So, no diet, no cardio. Almost didn't shave down. Almost went out there as white as like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Could have been a disaster, guys. It still was, you know, kind of a disaster, right? Because without the diet, here's my diet. I dieted about 1 week. I said, you know what? I gotta get strict on my diet, man. And people say, you need to do cardio, you need to do cardio, you need to do cardio. I'm skinny, I can't lose too much size. I'm not gonna do that, right? So I did 0 cardio. I didn't do any. And then I decided I'm gonna go on a real strict diet this week because I'm getting on stage on Saturday. So starting Monday, I'm going to eat normal through the weekend, and start Monday, I'm going to do on a real strict diet. So Monday, after I got my cereal out, right, my Raisin Bran, or what was the other one I had at the time? I don't even remember what it's called. That grainy one. Grape nuts. So I either have one of those 2 in the morning, But instead of putting cereal on there, I just put on the whole milk and no fucking sugar. That was my diet for the morning. Everything else stayed the same. Orange juice, the whole 9 yards. At nighttime, I instead of having 2 or 3 servings, I just had the 1 serving, no seconds. And then on top of that, I quit having ice cream at the end. So I cut out my ice cream a week out. Now here's the time where it would be a little bit more appropriate to start implementing, a little bit of stuff. Not early on in the entire prep. I'd eaten everything in sight, fats, carbs, sugars, everything. And then the last couple of days, I fucking cut down a little bit. But still not enough, right? Did that Monday through Friday. Stepped on stage on Saturday, and I got my butt handed to me, right? 6th place out of 6. And even the video, if you watch it, you're going to be like, I was like, I don't know what the judge is looking for. Some people thought I should have won it, but the people thought I should have won it didn't know what they were looking at. It's very clear as flicking plain as day, right? When you watch that video, that should have been 5th or 6th. There's just no doubt about it. But I didn't know any better at the time, right? And my dad's a football coach, so through the years, I kind of got a little chuckle out of it because he'd be the smoothest guy on stage, but he'd be one of the biggest guys. My dad, oh, that guy should have won. He's big. For football, yeah. Powerlifting, yeah. Bodybuilding, no. Okay? Different sport, different look, different everything else, right? You gotta be tight, you gotta be in shape, you gotta be conditioned. You don't have the right coach, you're not gonna know that, right? So you don't want to bring in an outside person from a different sport unless they've really studied this shit or competed themselves, because it's a different sport. It's a different nutrition program. It's a different every fucking thing, right? So that's what I want you guys to avoid is, and there's nothing wrong with getting 6 out of 6, guys. I mean, 2009, I was 5th out of 5. When I had just been top 2 and top 3 and top 4 from 2008, and both shows in 2008, and then I would go do the Mr. Washington. Well, I'm 5th out of 5, but fuck, I had Matt Loudon in my class, I had Matt Porter in my class, I had Ricky Collins in my class, and I had, God dang it, Eli Walsh in my class. So the judges were even on there, they go, what are all the guest poses doing in the same class, right? It was a tough class, and I had some 3rd and 4th place votes in there. I was right in there, right? The only people that had me dominated was Matt Loudon, Matt Porter. That was it. So that was an eye opener for me, because the next week, Matt Loudon went and took 3rd place in junior nationals, and Roger, my prep coach, was going to tell me right in there, yada yada, I'm gonna make those adjustments, and that will be another video, right? Yeah, it's a lot of work and science, but it's a lot of fun. I've got no regrets, and like I said, if you go into that first show and you take last place, that's fine, but come in so that you're respectable and competitive, okay? Because as long as you're able to learn and make those corrections, and you're not blown away by your competition, whether you're if you don't win, but you're 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 10th, 15th, whatever it is, but you're right in there. Now, if you're 15th, you're probably not right in there unless you're just in just a freak show. Sometimes the Emerald Cup can be like that. You get 15 to 20 guys in a light heavyweight class, for example, and they're all freaks, and you go, God dang, who's the winner of this one, I mean, there's a couple standouts, and maybe a couple terrible ones, but maybe out of those 15, like 13 or 14 are like, fuck, any given day, these guys could be a state champion, right? You get that sometimes at that show. So don't just look at your placing, look at where you're at compared to the winners, and and what your coach or an expert thinks, that unless you've just got an eye for it, because some people say, oh, listen to the experts. It's like, well, if they know what they're looking at, you kind of got to, because if you're going to be living in la land and high on whatever, you're going to be sadly mistaken, my friend. If you're like, oh, it's right there, I don't need to change anything. You're just going to keep getting your ass handed to you, right? So make sure you have the right athlete or coach or friend or mentor or whatever it is, whoever it is that's going to help you be successful. Because if not, you're gonna be like me. You're gonna have to wait 20 fucking years to get a state championship, and then finally hire a coach and do it within a year or two, like I did. Okay, if I just would have been smart, I would have hired somebody to bring me out my potential. Because I'd heard all this time, you got the genetics, you got the work ethic, you got the this and that and the other thing. I kept losing. Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, right? Listening to the wrong people sometimes, or listening to the right people, but not enough, okay? Because I didn't get all the details. Little I applied, I'd use it, I'd get better, okay? Yeah. T-Bone and Steve Hassan, they helped me win my first show as a novice, right? And so they took me to another level. And then from that level, one more level was Roger Baker, right? Rab Fitness, Roger Ali Baker, right? So it is what it is. This is, like I said, civilians, if you're watching this going, what the fuck's this guy talking about? Apologize. This is more geared towards people who are thinking about competing, right? And if you're a civilian, you don't know, little or nothing about bodybuilding or bikini or physique or fitness or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you enjoy this, that's freaking cool, because a lot of people are probably going, shutting this guy off, I don't know what he's talking about, okay? Alright, it's been Showtime with Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. Alright.